Writing a will is hard enough on its own. But tell me, how much harder would it be to write down the last words of your beloved father? But the way this story ends was something beyond anything I could have ever believed. When the needle on my father's blood pressure monitor froze at 4, it felt as if the dark side of the world had revealed itself to me. My name is Amir. I live in New York City. My father had come to visit me, a visit that was meant to last only a few days. But that short visit turned into something much longer and ended with a miracle that changed my life forever. It all began when my father's flight to Saudi Arabia was suddenly canceled. So we stayed with one of my friends, the head of a hospital, whose home was connected to the facility. While walking with my father and the doctor one day, my father suddenly felt pain in his arm. The doctor suggested a quick checkup. Moments after the examination began, the first heart attack struck. They rushed him to the CCU, but before I could even comprehend what was happening, the second one hit. The blood pressure monitor dropped and stopped at 4. It felt like the final station for my father's life. The doctors surrounded him. One of them whispered, "If he has family here in America, call them. Don't bother contacting Iran, they won't make it in time." Despair filled the room, but my father was calm. He called me close and asked me to write down his will. My emotions wouldn't allow it. He said gently, "My son, writing a will does not shorten life." But my hand trembled every time I tried to write. Tears blurred my vision, and my heart broke over and over again. Finally, with his insistence, I began to write. My father, a man of deep prayer and devotion, was now lying on a hospital bed that faced a vast desert, a desert that at night, under a sky full of stars, seemed like a place where heaven touched the earth. It was the perfect moment for a servant to whisper his soul to his Lord. Let me tell the next part in my father's own words, Ayatollah Majd al-Din Mahalati.
After finishing my will, I thought, perhaps this number, this 4, would never rise again. I turned my gaze to the desert and began reciting the 3 testimonies. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Aliyan Waliullah. I sent my salutations to the holy household and called out, to the Savior of humanity, Ya bin al-Hassan, O my master, Imam al-Mahdi. I was lost in the sweetness of that invocation, whispering to my heart, the only wish I had left, to see his radiant face before leaving this world. I kept murmuring a verse to myself. If you, the healer, come to my bedside, I would not trade the sweetness of this illness for both worlds. Suddenly, I heard the sound of a horse neighing from the desert. My heart trembled. I whispered, "My master, when you come, you arrive from the desert, riding your horse." At that very moment, I heard the nurses cry, "Doctor, doctor!" Everyone rushed in. They thought I was gone. But when the Imam gazes upon someone, he doesn't die. He is reborn. And indeed, the needle that had frozen at 4 suddenly moved and stopped again at 14, the sacred number that mirrors the 14 infallibles.
The doctor stared, stunned and speechless. Tears streamed down my face. My father smiled, calm, peaceful, alive. Hours later, as I bowed in prostration to thank God, the phone rang. It was a call from Tehran. The man on the line was the late Hajj Godratollah Latifi Nasab, a devout servant of the awaited Savior. He said softly, The Imam gave me this number and told me, "Tell Ayatollah Mahalati, we saved you from certain death. Fear no more." I was overwhelmed. I don't even remember if I managed to say goodbye to him. All I know is that I fell into prostration again, this time in tears of gratitude. The next morning, the medical tests shocked every doctor in that hospital. Complete recovery, no damage, no trace of illness. They released him immediately. Later, I took my father's file to a world-renowned professor, an old acquaintance of mine in the US. After reading the report and seeing my father, he shouted, "This is impossible. Are you mocking me? A man who suffered 2 heart attacks, sitting here like this, full of life?" When I assured him it was true, he muttered in disbelief, "Then this must be the work of Jesus himself." I translated that for my father. He smiled and replied gently, "No, my son, tell him. It is the work of the Master of Jesus." And so I pray that the needle of time may one day stop again, this time at the bright moment of his reappearance.